Hey guys, Bhargav again. Today I want to be continuing the grammar series. Okay. Last time I told you guys that I will be covering tenses and verb forms, but the entire thing is very large, right? So today I want to cover tenses. Verb forms I'll be covering in the next video. Now, the thing about tenses is, so what is a tense? Well, a tense is very simply the combination of time frame, which is present, past and future, and the aspect, that is simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous, to show the status. To describe, you are using this combination of time frame and aspect to describe an action. This sounds very complicated, right? I know. But let me make it a little easier for you. Whenever you want to communicate, whenever you want to say something, right? Fundamentally, there is going to be some action that you're going to be talking about. So you start with the first thing, that is, what is the action? That becomes your verb. It could be eating, sleeping, talking, running, jogging, sleeping, all of these things, right? All of these things are actions. They're all verbs. So question number one, what is the action? Question number two, when did the action happen? That is, did it happen in the past? Is it happening right now? Or will it happen in the future? Right, so that is the second question. When did it happen? So that is the time frame. Third, what is the current status of that action? Is the action something that happens on a regular basis? Not necessarily every day, but something that happens regularly. Then it is the simple aspect. Is it going on? Is it continuous? Is it going on at the time frame that you're talking about? Then it becomes continuous. Did it get completed? Is the action complete? Is it over? Then it is perfect. This is the third question. This is the final question. That is, what is the status of the action? So these are the three questions that should help you a lot in understanding what tenses are, because they all basically deal with action. What is the action? When did it happen? What is the status of the action? Right? Let's let's take an example of a sentence. But before I move on to that, in school we all saw that chart of the 3 time frames and the 4 aspects and the 12 possible sentence structures that are given for one action, like I like football, I liked football, I will like football, right? You have those 12 structures. Now we've all seen that chart from school, but it's very difficult to remember and use, right? So let me tell you something that will make it easier for you. Right? Whether it is IELTS or any other English language test, I will say that 60 to 70% of the language that you will be required to use in your answers, that could be in your speaking or in your writing, is going to be only 4 of these 12 possible tenses. Those 4 tenses are simple present, simple past, present perfect, and past perfect. I mean, yes, ideally you should know all of them. But the thing is, our target most of the times, because of the time constraints that we have and stuff, because we have only maybe 3 months, 4 months, maybe less than that to prepare for the IELTS test, our target is to reach around 6.5 bands. And you can reach very easily 6.5 bands using just these 4 tenses. Now, each tense within them have 4 structures, right? That depends on how you are using the sentence or how somebody else is using that sentence and you're supposed to answer them. Like maybe they're asking you a question. Let's take a look. These 4 variations are, I'm first going to talk about simple present, right? When you are giving a reply or making a statement in a positive sense, I like football, that is simple present but in positive. The charts that we were shown in school only covered the positive structure, only the positive sentence. This is one of the reasons why we get so confused, especially in speaking. Because we are asked questions, right? Now questions also have a tense, but in school you are not taught the sentence structures, the tense-based sentence structures for questions. What if your answer is in the negative? What if you're talking to a friend and your friend says, "Hey man, you wanna go play football?" You will say, "Nah man, I do not like football." This is an answer. It is not a question, it's an answer. But this time you are answering in the negative. So this is the structure for a negative answer in the simple present tense. Now for questions, right? You want to ask a question but in a positive way. So how do you do that? Do I like football? What if you're really confused and you're asking the question in the negative? Do I not like football? Let me give you a context. Suppose you're talking with a friend and a friend says, "I was planning to play football with you, but then I remembered that you do not like football." But you do like football. Your friend doesn't know it. So you'll be like, "Do I not like football? What are you talking about, man?" Right? In these kind of scenarios, you use the question form in the negative. Right? These are the 4 structures that you should know because you're giving the IELTS test or any other language test for each tense. But as I said, it gets easier because I'm only asking you to focus on 4 of the tenses instead of all the 12. Now, this was simple present, so it's simple. I want to now focus on past perfect. This is past perfect tense. And the same, concept is followed here. You have the positive statement, you have the negative statement, you have the positive question and the negative question. The positive question would be, you had liked football and that activity got completed. You used to like football and then you stopped liking it. Right? It stopped. Your action of liking football stopped. So that action is completed. Remember what I said? Completed action, perfect aspect. So here, you had liked football. In the negative sentence, it is you had not liked football. Question. In the positive sense, had you liked football? Question in the negative, had you not liked football? Right? This basically kind of follows the same structure as you see here. So in many situations, you can kind of guess what the context would be for the usage of these structures. But it is important to understand these things. Why am I giving you positive and negative answer structures and positive and negative question structures? Why am I giving that to you? Because, for example, you are asked questions in the speaking test. Right? In any, it could be IELTS, it could be any other test, you are asked questions and there is a rule. You should always answer questions in the same tense as you are asked. So if somebody asks me, had you liked football when you were young? I have not written that here, but that is the context, right? Because we are not talking about right now, the time frame is had, past tense. Had you liked football when you were young? If that is the question, suppose I am asked, then I have 2 ways of answering that. Either I'll say yes or I'll say no. If I say yes, I'll have to use the positive sentence structure. I had liked football. But if I want to say that no, I did not, then you say I had not liked football. Because had is past perfect. Past perfect is the tense in which I was asked the question. Therefore, I need to answer that question in the same tense. I hope that you guys are able to understand this concept. I know tenses are very, very confusing, but the best way you can learn tenses and these sentence structures is by using them, right? I am sure, I'm confident that if you practice on a regular basis to utilize these sentence structures and tenses in general in your speaking and your writing, in maybe a couple of weeks, maybe in a month, depending on how much of time you are giving in daily to practice that, you will be so much better at tenses. I promise you. All the very best with your practice. Also, again, as usual, if you have any kind of doubts, any kind of questions, write them down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And please like and subscribe. That really helps us out. And also remember to ring the bell icon, because that helps you keep up with the notifications whenever there's a new video. As usual, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you found it useful. See you in the next one.